Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Welcome to San Francisco 49ers Postgame Live here on Niners Radio. Watching the Niners. That game ended a little more an hour and a half ago. They end up beating the Miami Dolphins 33-17. But that is the major breaking news we just got. In case you tuned in a little while, probably more than a half hour, 45 minutes ago, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan has confirmed that Jimmy Garopppolo had broken that foot and will have season-ending surgery sometime later this week. And that's just a bummer for the second time in the last 5 years that Jimmy Garopppolo is now in his fifth little season that started. He's going to go down with a season-ending injury, a major blow. Of course, they lost Trey Lance for the season with his broken foot. No way Lance can come back this season because they're on season-ending injured reserve. They only have 2 injured reserves were designated to return. Only 2 of those left. So the Niners are going to have to go with Brock Purdy the rest of the way, no matter what. And that probably may be a major blow for the Niners to make a deep blow make a deep run into late into January, early February into the playoffs to make them run the Super Bowl. So, and historical fact, Niners radio fact of the day that no rookie quarterback has ever took them all the way to the Super Bowl. So later in the week, the Niners will be going out shopping, trying to look for a veteran quarterback. So, you look at it as we're in week number 14. And then you look at what's coming on next week with the Buccaneers, with the Seahawks, with the Guardians, then the Raiders, then the Cardinals. So between those two, they're going to be between Jimmy and Trey Lance. The 5 games and plus in week 2, that combined at least 16 games combined between your 2 starting quarterbacks the rest of the way. And it's going to be I really hope the climb because, what you're going to do, you got the number 1 ranked defense, and then, however, the Seahawks did beat the Rams. They come from behind, but the Niners now sitting there they do have a 1-game lead plus the tiebreaker, and, that's what you go out and play the game for. So we want you to come on Facebook Live, Niners Radio. Niners Radio is our home. We're here every home game throughout the season, and it's still live here. A lot of the Niner faithful. Let's try to get some behind. It's pretty packed here and live here on this Sunday evening. So we're going to give you the recap of the game. We'll be here on for a bit, though, here. What's your thoughts? The chat line is open. If you want to come on and talk about the game, feel free to add your thoughts. Though it's going to be an uphill climb. I mean, we've seen it with the Niners. When 5 years ago when Carson Wentz went down with his torn ACL late in the year, that big win against the Los Angeles Rams. They bring in Nick Foles. You also look into, years ago when Phil Simms broke his foot late in the year. You bring in the veteran, the backup Jeff Hostetler, and we all remember how that Super Bowl played out. So this is now what everybody's going to, every defensive unit from this point forward is going to, will be checking in on the 49ers the rest of the way. Well, how they game plan against Brock Purdy, and we'll get to the scores and so much more coming up. So, what are your guys' thoughts on where the Niners will go from this point forward on that? And it's going to be very challenging the Niners will have to overcome this. And got you live here on YouTube, Niners Radio on YouTube. We're going to have our satellite digital media will join us as well. So it's going to be a challenge, here on Niners Radio, our post-game recap here. And it is packed here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Santa Clara. In case you're just tuning in, the 49ers beat the Arizona Cardinals by a score of They win by a score of 33-17. The Niners definitely outplayed the Dolphins. Many people consider this a preview of Super Bowl 57. Of course, a rematch of Super Bowl 19. So we got a lot of Niners and Dolphin fans out here as it's kind of going to be so we get everybody on here. We're on YouTube stream. We're on Facebook. We're going to get on Facebook in just a few, and we're going to give you a full update. We'll give you a full update of the playoff picture as well. It's a great, lovely evening. A picturesque shot here behind the backdrop here. As
he's over there.
We have a lot of Miami Dolphins fans. We got
let's go.
And
it's up.
Yep.
Yeah, get her on.
So we got a lot of 49er fans, and you just got to keep the faith because one or two people can't break the team. And what are your thoughts of the game today?
Well,
what are your thoughts?
the defense balled out.
Well, yes, they did. Do you think the 49ers can win it, can still make it to the Super Bowl with this top-ranked defense, and despite the challenge, despite them not going to be with Jimmy for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. And we're going to have to rely on that defense, right? Fred Warner, Jimmy Ward, Eric Armstead. Yeah, Eric Armstead. All these leaders need to be able to dominate teams. Yeah. It's not going to be easy, though.
It's going to be tough. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens years ago did with Tony Banks and Trent Dilfer. Back in 2000, the Ravens had the number one ranked defense. And this week the Niners will be shopping to get a veteran quarterback to come in this week because it's obviously Jimmy's not going to come back this year. And who knows, that could be the final time he'll ever wear that 49er uniform.
You think they open that window up for Trey Lance, possibly?
No way. He's on season IR. That was a gruesome injury. So
he'd be risking the future.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy's future is going to be uncertain, though. Because he does not have a contract for the rest of the year. There was talk earlier in the day this morning that he was going to get look at a contract extension, but that all thrown out the window at this time for the foreseeable future.
Well, the Niners definitely need to rely on their running game somehow. Get that passing game going with Purdy. The thing is, teams are going to stack that box against them, right?
Right.
Because Kyle is going to make easy throws for Purdy. But if you can open it up with some play action, things down the field, get the ball in the guy's hands, right? Get it in your best player's hands. Let that defense do their thing.
Right. That's correct.
Purdy looked that bad today.
He looked good. I'm very impressed. To all the fantasy people, you could get Brock Purdy for a discount, like the after Christmas sale, a good cheap discount this week.
Yeah. Hey, Purdy, he's like a generic Jimmy Garopppolo, kind of.
Right.
A poor man's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right. I mean, hey, like I said, Nick Foles took them to the Super Bowl when Carson Wentz went out 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's
true. There we go. Yeah. Welcome all of you on YouTube watching our 49ers post-game recap. We're streaming on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. Check us out. I dropped the link a little while ago. And we're going to have our good friends from City Ball, a cool website. Check us out, though, too. Here on City Ball. Check us out. Niners end up winning 33-17. But the bad news is Jimmy Garopppolo is lost for the season. But I still feel good and optimistic with this team because one or two players can't make or break the team. Everybody in the East Coast is now writing this team up. But if they can just play decisive offense, I'm not saying going for the big home run ball, play it. This is what they're going to have to. This is what they're going to have to do.
That's right, brother.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts coming up as we begin the stretch drive?
Dude, that defense, it's going to make or break us.
I agree.
That's my opinion. I think that defense is going to take us as long as we can go, and we'll ride or die with that defense. And I hope Jimmy or Kyle can trust Purdy to at least open it up a little bit. You got nothing to lose, but
he was the last pick in one of those draft picks, so hey. He was the last man standing, so now he's going to have to grow up real quick.
Really quick, brother. Really quick.
Hey, let me rise up a little bit. I got the retro. This is the original 49er jacket from the 80s. Turn around a bit. This is the original, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Original.
So, I'm still optimistic. I know it's going to be strange without Jimmy, though. This is the last thing you wanted to see him break a bone in his foot, though. That's the sad finality of this, the reality of this, playing in the National Football League or at any level. You're going to have some aches, some pains, and some serious injuries. So, I was fortunate, me at 6'4", I had baseball to fall back on. I never played a game of football, even though I'm a good tight end or a partial. I could line up as a fullback. I think I took baseball as the second alternative.
Brother, nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. What's your name? Where you from?
Bert. I'm from Seattle. Bert.
Oh, so are you born and raised from Seattle? Or?
I was born here, Fresno area.
Right.
Raised here. Always been a Niner fan since then. But I live in the Seattle area.
Oh man, Seahawks fans, they're going to already start guaranteeing a W because Jimmy is hurt.
Those fans are brutal, but they don't have the same defense we do.
No, absolutely not. I think the Niners can still win that game, but we got to focus on Tampa Bay. I think, like I said, this defense is going to play hard. They're going to play hard. The good news is Eric Armstead is back. Maybe there's a good chance Javon Kinlaw gets back.
Yeah.
That helps. That's going to help. 16 regular season games left between Jimmy and Trey Lance going forward. So, even Don McNabb went down when he broke his foot. His injury wasn't as bad, but he didn't come back in the playoffs 20 years ago, and they had guys like Coy Detmer, Ty Detmer's younger brother Coy, and they had A.J. Feely leading them to the NFC East title. So, looking at perspective, you just have to think positive and just take it one game at a time and see where we are coming after January 8th.
That's right, brother.
All right, thank you. That's Bert. His original home from Seattle.
That's right, guys.
And Niners and Buccaneers coming up. We're going to recap the game coming up in a few minutes on Niners Radio. Welcome all of you who are watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube, wherever you are, as we're trying to build this thing. Niners Radio, this is a great platform. We're going to be here all day, every day. Even though with Jimmy is gone, we're going to, this is great. This is where I love doing and trying to get everybody live on 49ers post-game live here. So, a lot of the news coming in. We're going to get everybody on Niners Radio. So, And also we like we also like to have our shout out, our straight up shout out to City Ball joining us on from a Facebook page, and we're here live, guys. We're gonna be here for a bit. We're gonna be here for a bit, just talking, just hey, the next man's gonna be standing. It was great this weekend to see a lot of 49er fans. We're gonna get to the game recap of the game as we're here on Niners Radio, and
Oh my gosh.
but you never know, anything could happen though in this league. You just have to think positive, everybody, and just the finality that life isn't fair. Life is very cold. I mean, look, this has kind of been a microcosm of what happened in 2022. And we got, hey, would you like to come on? I like the chain. We got one Niner fan. Your thoughts on the game? I like the chain. Yeah, so we will continue here on Niners Radio. Let's get to the game. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for so here on. Yep, and on Facebook. What are your thoughts on the game? Should have people on the other side. On the microphone, yeah. So what you thought? Did you go to the game today? What you thought?
I did go to the game, and I think you should love Purdy. From now on, all love to Purdy. I think that he has the most to lose, so he has the most to win.
Hey, I mean, it's house money.
Garopppolo already knew he had money. Purdy could get more money through the deal.
And I think the stock is going to rise up significantly for Brock Purdy.
I think Purdy's going to do it.
Well, hey, the Niners had Joe Montana when he went down hurt. You had Steve Young. You had Steve Bono. When Young got hurt, you had Elvis Gerbach. You had Bill Musgrave. So hey. Okay.
He's like 130 pounds of that probably.
Do you have a crush on him? Let me ask you. Do you have a
I
crush?
don't know what Purdy looks like, but I love him because he's on the Niners. He's like quarterback at this point. And Jimmy Garopppolo is so busy with his photo shoots,
Right.
We gotta put on this modeling pants with
Right. So I'll take Purdy over Nick Mullins. Go figure.
No, I think we have such a good chance. I don't know.
Wow. Hey, the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl. Hey, the Ravens had the number one defense, and they had a two-headed quarterback system of Tony Banks and Trent Dilfer, who went to Fresno State. Right. Right. You know some good factoids of being a sportscaster.
I know a little bit about it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I played. Right. So, hey, thank you. What's your name? Where you're from?
I'm Bella. I am from Dublin, California.
Oh, you're on the other side. Careful. I don't want not near the drink. On the other side. Yep. So, Niners got a lot of work to do to play Tampa Bay next Sunday, 1 week's time.
This year ends. Niners will be fine. Purdy has.
You hold that. I don't want that on my laptop.
Will be fine.
Yeah. So we're
Purdy
gonna.
has it in the bag. Everybody's on Purdy. Just keep the jerseys. Everybody's on Purdy. And that's it for him.
Okay. Thank you very much, though. We're on Niners Radio Postgame Live. Niners were winners today. We're going to give you a recap of the game, and we're going to give you a recap of week number 14 of the National Football League. We'll give you a recap of the game. Here on Niners Radio. We get you back out there, you know. So that's going to be the question of the day. The $64,000 question of the night. Can the 49ers get to the Super Bowl? So that's going to be the question tonight. Can the 49ers get to the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy calling the snaps behind center? That's going to be the question of the day. Or the question, that's going to be the big $64,000 question going forward. So we're here right now on Niners Radio. Niners winning it by a score of 33-17. We're going to get, we are presented by Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster is the official ticket provider of your San Francisco 49ers. As we continue here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Santa Clara. As now we're going to just take a recap of the game. We'll give you the full highlights, and we're going to give you the full scoreboard around week 14 of the NFL. So we look back in the here was how the scoring summary started. In the first quarter, Tua Tagovailoa connected with former 49er wide receiver Trent Sherfield for a 75-yard pass that gave the Dolphins an early 7-0 lead. Then Robbie Gould, 47-yard field goal, and made it 7-3 in favor of the Niners, or 73 Dolphins. Then Jimmy Garopppolo gets hurt, breaks his foot, and then Purdy connected with Christian McCaffrey for a 3-yard touchdown. Or no. Correction, Jason Sanders hit a 43-yard field goal and made it 10-10 to score. Brock Purdy passed to Chris McCaffrey for a 3-yard touchdown, and it was 17-10 San Francisco. And then that was that at the intermission, and Robbie Gould hit a 43-yard field goal in the second half, starting the third quarter. It was 20-10 San Francisco. Then Gould hit another field goal, 36-yard. It was 23-10. Then the fourth quarter, 22-yard blow-up, hooked up with Tyreek Hill for a 45-yard touchdown that made it 23-17. And then Robbie Gould, with 2:08 left to play in the contest, hit a 48-yard field goal, 26-17. Then Tagovailoa fumbled, then Dre Greenwell recovered the fumble, returned a 23-yard touchdown that put the game away for San Francisco, 33-17. So let's go for our stats. Our stat number is presented by 49er Team Store. Visit the 49er Team Store shop at teamstore49ers.com/shop. You can save up to 65% when you order online. Go to 49ers.com/shop. 24 first downs for the 49ers, 2 of the Dolphins, 14. On third down efficiency, the Niners were 8 out of 19. Dolphins were a dismal, putrid 0 for 7. Niners were both teams were 1 for 2 on fourth downs. Niners 351 total net yards to the Dolphins 308. Passing was the Dolphins 275 to the Niners 230. Rushing yards, Niners 121 to the Dolphins 33. Total plays 79 yards to the Dolphins 45. Completion attempts, Niners 27 out of 41. Dolphins 18 out of 34. Total rush 34. Well, the Dolphins only rushed it 8 times. And then the Niners forced 4 Dolphin turnovers. The Niners had 1. The Niners were a 4-to-1 turnover ratio. The Niners sacked 4 sacks for San Francisco, 36 sacks yards. The Niners were penalized 4 times for 45 yards. And then they were hit 8 times for 68 yards for the Dolphins and penalties. Time of possession, the Niners dominated the time of possession, 40 minutes and 34 seconds. Dolphins only 19 minutes and 26 seconds. And just let me remind you, that time right there, the Niners dominated really the entire statistical categories, and it wasn't even close to about the entire ballgame. Let's go through the full individual numbers. Brock Purdy, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Christian McCaffrey, 17 carries for 66 yards. In addition, McCaffrey had 23 touches for 117 all-purpose yards. He had that for all-purpose yards. And then looking at some of the individual stats, and then Tio Tagovailoa for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Former Niner Raheem Mostert, 7 carries for 30 yards. Tyreek Hill, 9 receptions for 146 yards and a touchdown. As for, we'll get to Tyreek Hill for the season. Now for the season for Tyreek Hill. If the numbers are right, I just want to make sure. Tyreek Hill for the season now, he now has 1,379 yards. That puts him right now for the entire season. The single season record in Dolphins franchise history set by Mark Duper, who has the old mark of 1,389 yards, which he set back in 1984, along with his old mark of 18 touchdowns. That was the old single season record he had back in 1984. Of course, Jerry Rice, I think, still has the all-time single season record with 22 touchdown receptions. He set that Mark back in the strike short season back in 1987, 35 years ago. And then some other stat numbers as we go to the stats inside the numbers. Former Niners, River Craycraft had 29 yards reception, averaged 14.5 yards a catch. Tyreek Hill was targeted 14 times. He had 16.2 yards to catch. And then for the 49ers, all the individual stats. As Jordan Mason had a great day. 8 carries for 51 yards, averaging 6.4 yards per carry. Deebo Samuel, 4 carries for 5 yards, averaging 1.3. Kyle Juszczyk had 1 rush with no yards. Purdy rushed 4 times, negative 1 yard. Receiving, Christian McCaffrey, or I should say Deebo Samuel, 10 catches, targeted 10 times, 6 catches for 58 yards. Brandon Ayuk targeted 9 times, 5 hits for 46 yards. Lon Jane targeted 4 times, 2 catches for 34 yards. George Stone Cold Kittle, the people's tight end, targeted 3 times, 2 catches for 22 yards. And Kyle Juszczyk targeted 3 times, 3 catches, 12 yards, averaging 4 yards. In the kicking game, Robbie Gould, 4 for 4 for the 48, with 4 field goals. 48 was his longest, 3 for 3 extra points, 15 more points for the season. And Mitch Wisnowski won 4 times, averaging 4.5 yards per point. His longest was 56 this season. So, with the win, the Niners will now improve to 8-4 and still on the top of the NFC West as they maintain their NFC West lead. The Dolphins dropped to 8-4, and with the Buffalo Bills were winners of the standings of the AFC. So the Bills now go to 9-3 with they're now back into the best record of the AFC ahead of the Chiefs because they beat the Chiefs head to head. They will now be 9-3, and the Chiefs 9-3. And remember, the Bills had to have the tiebreaker for home field games throughout the AFC playoffs. And then you look at the NFC, the Niners with their win. Seattle was winners over the Rams on Sunday. They win. So they now are 8-4. They're still 1 game up on the Seahawks. Remember, they still have the tiebreaker over the Seahawks because they're head-to-head. They're 4.
My family at Farmers Trees
got that.
Still have the tiebreaker. Can't be Milton Free Water, Boyd, Oregon.
Overall, in the NFC, in the playoff race,
I love the Northwest.
Playoff picture. In the NFC, it's Philadelphia is going to run away in the playoff race. Philly is going to look likely with their win on Sunday. They're going to run away with the number 1 seed. The Vikings with their win are 10-2. They're 1 game ahead of Philadelphia. The Eagles have the tiebreaker with the Vikings, so they beat them head to head. Thank you. Yeah. So they want to try to clear that pathway for all our great waitresses, and we don't want them to get hurt. So the Niners are trailing the Vikings 2 games out for that number 2 seed, and then Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Niners play next week. They will have a 2.5 game lead. So the Niners want to try to next Sunday's game has a lot of importance to it. So we're going to do from now, we're going to close up shop here on YouTube. The rest of you on YouTube can catch me out at facebook.com/ProfessorPMedia. We're going to give you the full scoreboard of week number 14 the rest of the way. But for now, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Thank you for watching. Next Sunday, 1 week from today, the Niners will conclude their 3-game home odyssey. Will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Levi Stadium. 1:25 is the kickoff. You can see it on Fox. Then after that, on the 15th, in exactly 11 days from now, they'll play the Seahawks up over at Lumen Field, formerly known as Century Lake Field, for that Thursday night game on Amazon Prime. And that could determine a lot for the Niners in the NFC West as well. So, still lots of football to be played. You know, the Niners, we're going to see what happens. Again, 125 next Sunday. The game will be on Fox, 8 on the U.S. Bank 49ers Radio Network. Game here at 681, 4:35 p.m. Greg Papa, Tim Ryan with the call. And then in 11 days' time, Niners and Seahawks up in Seattle. For the latest news on 49ers news and so much more, go to 49ers.com. And for now, here, for those of you watching on YouTube, here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Final score: Niners win over the Miami Dolphins, 33-17. For those of you watching on Niners Radio and YouTube, you can go on Facebook.com and watch the rest of our post-game recap. We'll give you a recap of the rest of Week 13 on Facebook. For now, so long. Niners Radio Postgame Live is an association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network. For all of you watching on YouTube, thank you for watching 49ers.com and Niners football. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we're going to switch you now to for all the rest of the recap on 49ers Live on Satellite Digital Media. And for those of you watching on Facebook, thank you for listening and have a good night, everybody. 49ers football, Faithful then, faithful now. Go Niners!